إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعين به ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فهو المهتدي ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله وصفيه من خلقه وخليله. بلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة ونصح الأمة، فكشف الله به الغمة وجاهد في الله حق جهاده حتى أتاه اليقين. اللهم اجزه عنا خير ما جزيت نبيا عن أمته ورسالته. All praise be to Allah, the King of the world, the Master of the Day of Judgment. I bear witness no one is worthy of worship but Allah Azza wa Jal. And I bear witness that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is the last and greatest messenger, was sent to mankind to bring them out of the darkness of this world to the light of this world and the hereafter, and from the injustices of religions to the justice of Islam. Inna ad-deena 'inda Allah al-Islam. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اعبدوا ربكم. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء. واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم، ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. ما بعد، فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله، وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، وكل محدثة بدعة، وكل بدعة ضلالة، وكل ضلالة في النار. جاء عمر رضي الله عنه إلى أبي بكر الصديق بعد سنة من توليه القضاء في خلافة أبي بكر. جاء ليقدم استقالته، فقال له أبو بكر الصديق: أثقلت عليك؟ قال: لا. عمر رضي الله عنه فاروق came to Abu Bakr as-Siddiq in the Khilafah of Abu Bakr, and he told him, I want to resign. And Abu Bakr as-Siddiq put Umar to be the judge in Medina, to judge between people's disputes, to judge between people in their disputes. After a year passed, Umar radiallahu anhu came to Abu Bakr to resign. So Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu asked him, are you resigning because it's a big responsibility? Is it because it's heavy and you cannot handle it? He said, no. قال: فلم تعتذر? Why you give up? قال: منذ سنة ما جاءني اثنان في قضية. He said, for a year I did not handle any case. فلما ائتمن المؤمنون وعاشوا بدين ربهم ما احتاجوا إلى القضاء، ما اختلفوا وما تنازعوا. When the believers lived according to their deen, they did not have any disputes. لما علم المؤمنون حقوقهم ما لهم وما عليهم ما احتاجوا أن يختلفوا إلى قاضي. When the believers knew what's their rights and what their duties are and what their rights are, they fulfilled them. عباد الله، هذه الأمانة. يقول الله عز وجل إنا عرضنا الأمانة على السماوات والأرض والجبال فأبين أن يحملنها وأشفقن منها وحملها الإنسان. Allah Azza wa Jal had offered the amana to the heavens and the earth and the mountains, and they refused because they got scared. And man took it. فالأمانة is not only limited to الودائع. It's not limited to what someone leaves with you. الأمانة is in every aspect. النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم كما في حديث أنس, when a Bedouin came and he said, يا محمد متى الساعة؟ صلى الله على محمد, when is the day of judgment? فسكت النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم فقال بعض الصحابة لم يسمع, وقال بعض الصحابة سمع لكن لم يعجبه. Some of the companions said he did not hear him صلى الله عليه وسلم because he didn't answer him, and some said he did hear him but he didn't like the question. And then after a bit the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم asked for the man. He said أنا يا رسول الله. قال إذا ضيعت الأمانة فانتظر الساعة. When the amana is lost, expect the hour. عباد الله, it does not matter who you are and what you do in life and what your position is, you are handling an amana. It does not matter how high you are in the scale of society or how low you are. You have an amana you are entrusted with. And you will not be able to fulfill it without knowing its dues. Today you look in any court and forget about the West, in the Muslim countries where the Muslims are expected to abide by their deen, and you find everyone is suing everyone, everyone having disputes with everyone, even the brothers, even the children against their parents, and the parents against their children, the brothers against each other, the friends against each other, let alone the strangers. Look in the world, around every corner there's a court. Abdullah, why is this happening? Because people lost their touch and their sense of responsibility with the trust that Allah Azza wa Jal has placed over their shoulders. Al-amana is not only limited, as I said, to someone leaving something with you and then expect to get it when he comes back. Al-amana, if you look in the book of Allah, came in different meanings. تأتي بمعنى الفرائض، تأتي بمعنى الودائع، وتأتي بمعنى العفة. It comes in the meaning of الودائع, the thing that people understand when they hear the word al-amana. You leave me with something, you leave something with me, and then I give it back to you. يقول الله عز وجل, condemning Bani Israel and praising some of them. يقول الله عز وجل ومنهم من إن تأمنه بقنطار يؤديه إليك ومنهم من إن تأمنه بدينار لا يؤديه إليك إلا ما دمت عليه قائما. Some of them you entrust him with a big amount and big thing and he gives it back to you. And some of them you entrust him with a dinar, he doesn't give it to you until you keep persisting and you keep running after. And it comes in the meaning of al-fara'id and the obligations that Allah Azza wa Jal has obligated us with, where Allah says, يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تخونوا الله والرسول وتخونوا أماناتكم وأنتم تعلمون. O you who believe, do not betray Allah and the Messenger and betray your amanat, your obligations. Your obligations. And it comes in the meaning of al-'iffa, when the daughter of Shu'aib came to tell her father about Musa after he helped them alayhi salam with the water from the well. يا أبت استأجر إن خير من استأجرت القوي الأمين قوي الأمين. Oh father, hire him, use him. The best you can hire is the strong and trustworthy. Al-Afif. Al-Afif, the one who is independent of what's in people's hands. وَالرَّجُلْ لَا يَكُونْ عَفِيفًا. And the person cannot reach that level of trust until he fulfills three things. One, he gives what people trust him with. Two, he fulfills his duties toward people. Three, he's sensitive about people's rights. And he cares. He cares. يقول النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم that a man اشترى من رجل عقار. A man bought a house from another man. After he bought it, he wanted to fix it. He wanted to fix it. So he started digging in it. فوجد جرة من ذهب. He found a jar filled with gold. فأخذ الجرة إلى البائع. قال هذه جرتك. He said, this is yours. To the seller. He took the jar to the seller. And he said, this belongs to you. I found it in the house that I bought from you. فقال البائع, the seller said, أنا بعتك العقار وما فيه. I sold you the house and whatever in it. فقال الرجل, أنا اشتريت العقار ما اشتريت اللي فيه. I bought the house. I did not buy what's in the dirt. فتنازعا. They started arguing. أنت سمعت بهؤلاء? Have you heard about people who are like that? فاختصما إلى القاضي. They went to the judge. فتعجب. Surprised. What would I do with people like that? فسأل أحدهم, أعندك غلام? Do you have a son? He said, yes. He asked the other, أعندك جارية? You have a daughter? He said, yes. قال زوجه ماء وانفق عليهما من الجار. He said, get them married and spend on them from the jar. عباد الله, say with me, where are we from those? Where we stand from those? We are in a society, so we live in societies, whether here or there, anywhere. If you remember that you left your house without turning the alarm on, you freak out. And when you open the door, you close your eyes because you expect everything gone. When the society and the individuals in the society trust each other, Allah Azza wa Jal give them the tamkeen and give them the success. How many of us have the experience of lending money and still do not expect to get it? How many promises are made when it comes to that issue? And I promise you in a month, in 2 months, in 6 months, in a year, and you never see him again. Why? اعلم يا عبد الله, the level of al-amana in your life is based and proportional with the level of al-iman. The level of al-amana is with the level of al-iman. How much iman you have is how much amana you will fulfill. Abdullah, as I said, al-amana is not only with someone leaving something with you. Al-amana has bigger meaning. فأنت as a father, and we've been speaking about parenthood for the last few weeks, into as a father you have amana toward those children. Have you fulfilled it? When you go to sleep, do you ever ask yourself if you are fulfilling and doing what you're supposed to do toward those kids? أمانات. يقول النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم: ما من عبد يسترعيه الله رعية يموت يوم يموت وهو غاش لرعيته إلا حرم الله عليه الجنة. No one, Allah Azza wa Jal, entrusts him with a trust. And what is a bigger trust than the trust of the deen? What is a bigger trust than the trust of your children? No one, Allah Azza wa Jal, entrusts him with a trust. The day he dies has betrayed his trust, but he will be deprived from Al-Jannah. And that's to show you the seriousness of this affair. جاء رجل من بني إسرائيل كما ذكر البخاري معلقا to borrow some money from his brother. Abdullah, what stops people today from lending money? Other than the fear they will not get it back. We lost that trust. Why the believers do not love for themselves, for their brothers, what they love for themselves? Because the trust is lost. How do you expect from a human being to love for someone what he loves for himself when that someone has stabbed him many times in the back? Because he has no trust. If a man came to borrow money from his brother, 1,000 dinar, 1,000. قال ائتني بكفيل. He said, get me a guarantee. قال كفى بالله كفيل. Allah is my guarantee. قال قبلت. I accept. قال ائتني بشهيد. Bring me a witness. قال كفى بالله شهيدا. قال قبلت. Said Allah is my witness. Said I accept. فأعطاه 1,000 dinar. And they agreed that on a certain date they're going to pay back. And there was between them a river. وهذا الحديث في البخاري. There was between them a river. So the borrower went out on the agreed date to go and give the money across the river. And it was a stormy day, so he waited and nothing showed up. No boat, nothing to take them across the river. فوجد خشبة. Got a log, piece of wood. ونقرها. And he carved it. And he wrote a letter. What will he do? This is so and so. You ask for a guarantor, Allah is my guarantor. You ask for a witness, Allah is my witness, and Allah will get this to you. And he put the letter with the 1,000 dinar, ثُمَّ زَجَّجَهَا. And then he sealed that piece of wood and he threw it in the river. Oh Allah. He asked for a guarantor, I said you're my guarantor. He asked for a witness, I said you're my witness. فَأَدِّ عَنِّي. Pay for it. The man on the other side waiting, expecting to see a bow. Nothing came. And when he was about to leave, he saw that piece of wood playing in the river. He said, instead of going back empty-handed, I take this piece of wood, I dry it, and we use it as fine. And he takes it, and he finds the letter. And he finds the money. When they relied on Allah Azza wa Jal, أدى الله عنه. When they trusted Allah Azza wa Jal, He took care of their affairs. Ibad Allah, what happens to us today is because we have wasted and we have lost our trust in Allah. لما هان الله علينا هن عليه. When Allah became of no worth to us, we became of no worth to Him, and we are the losers. We're the one who lose. فإن الله هو الغني الحميد. Allah Azza wa Jal is independent of all of us. We lose. تلك إذا قسمة ضيزة. We lose. We have to re-establish the trust amongst ourselves. We as parents have wasted that trust. We as employers, we as employees, we as leaders, we as husbands, we as wives, we have betrayed that trust. And wallah, our affairs will not be fixed without going back to that. Look, every day, and now becoming a trend, every few months, a new genocide is committed against Muslims somewhere in the world. When people in Central Africa can't even find food or water, but they find Muslims to slaughter. They find Muslims to slaughter, and the world is watching. They send French peace troops to strip the Muslims out of their weapons and let the Christians slaughter them. And then they say Muslims are the terrorists. You tell me where Muslims are the terrorists in the world. The Buddhists who chant and their Dalai Lama who always taking and talking about peace, they're slaughtering the Muslim with the blessings of their monks in Burma. And we watch, and we're expected to be quiet, and we're expected to be the cowards, and we're afraid. We're afraid to talk about our affairs. Muslims in Syria being slaughtered in the weapons of Moscow, and we are watching. In Iraq, with the American weapons, our brothers in Fallujah being slaughtered, and we're watching, and we expected not to talk. And our brothers here in America are being thrown in jails for nothing, and we are expected to be quiet. We are in a world where the cowards have no place. Speak up, Abdullah. Live with honor or die with honor. When you ever talk about the Muslims' affairs, in Bosnia and Herzegovina, in Kosovo, in Chechnya, in Thailand, in Gujarat, in China, in Africa, in Mali, in Somalia, now in Central Africa, in Egypt. And we're expected to be quiet and talk about tahara and how to make wudu and ghusl and istinja. Where we live? Qasam billah al-azim. You do not feel these things is because we lost the trust and loyalty to our brothers and sisters, Muslims and all over the world. Abdullah, where is the Prophet ﷺ when he says, إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ, Allah Azza wa Jalla when he says, إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ إِخْوَةٌ. And I ask any one of us here, if you have a brother in Chechnya, or a brother living in Gujarat, or a brother living in Burma, or a brother living in Mali, or in Central Africa, won't you be calling every day to make sure he's okay? You're not expected to call if you don't know people there, but do you even think about it? You even remember them in your dua? You ever ask Allah Azza wa Jalla to protect them and to help them? Do you ask Allah to accept those amongst them who were killed? We don't even do that. We don't lose a sleep over that. We eat like monkeys and like donkeys and we don't even think about anything. Abdullah, life is not centered around you. You're not the central of the universe. Any one of us is nothing here without Allah. قل النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم مثل المؤمنين في توادهم وتراحمهم كمثل الجسد الواحد. The example and the peril of the believers amongst each other like one body. Do we feel that? Do we feel that? Do we concern ourselves with that? Do we teach our kids that? Do we teach our kids that Palestine is aqidah? That Palestine is aqidah? It's not the land of the Palestinians. That's the land of Islam. That's the land of Al-Mi'raj. That's the land of Al-Aqsa. When last time you made dua for them? When last time you desired to have 2 rak'ah in peace without the Israeli defense armies and soldiers pointing their weapons to your head in Masjid al-Aqsa? We live in fear. لا تسقني ماء الحياة بذلة بل تسقني بالعز كأس الحنظل. This place, you have to live with honor. And cowards got no honor. Teach your kids to be honorable human beings, to speak up for their rights, even if their life is on the line. Allah Azza wa Jal condemns Bani Israel when He says, وَلَتَجِدَنَّهُمْ أَحْرَصَ النَّاسِ عَلَى حَيَاءٍ. حياة نكرة. أي حياة. You will find him most concerned about life. It doesn't matter what kind of life. He leaves it nakir, حياة, not الحياة, حياة, any حياة. حياة ذل, حياة فقر, حياة إهانة ومهانة وذنوب وإثم ما يهم. As long as they're alive. Doesn't matter what kind of life. He's being humiliated, he's being stepped over. Well, I have my job. Well, I got a car. Well, I'm paying my mortgage. Or I'm getting married. Is this life? Is that what this life is all about? Animals get offended from it. Animals get offended from life like that. إنهم كالأنعام بل هم أضل. شوف, when Allah Azza wa Jal describes people like that, all they care about is how eating and drinking and sleeping. Allah says they are like animals. Actually, they are less. Because animals are doing what they're supposed to do. You're not. We're not. What have you done for the deen of Allah in the last year? Or in the last 6 months? Or in the last 2 months? Or in the last week? If you look at every moment spent, you will find it for yourself. We will find it for ourselves. That's all we do. We have the responsibility of saving this world, and we got what we need, but we need to put it into practice. They're going to continue to snatch our brothers and sisters as they please. If we continue to be like ostriches, stick our heads in the dirt and say it's none of my business. Anything could happen to any one of us. We have to go back to that aman. We have to fulfill that trust. Maybe we can do much, but we have to make our best efforts. Our best efforts. We cannot save and spare a chance to eat each other's flesh. That's not what the society is all about. That's not what the Muslim society is all about. One of us, when he hears something bad happening to his brother, he rejoices. We rejoice, we feel fun, we feel good. So and so brother lost his business. We feel good in our hearts. It's disastrous. This is nifaq, hypocrisy. We have to go back to the two pure sources that will bring us back honor. Kitab Allah, Sunnat Nabi, Sallallahu ala Nabi. We have to go back. Any one of us here, have you fulfilled your trust toward your Lord? You think you're doing your best to please Allah? I'm the first one to answer. I don't think so about myself. What's about you? I'm not a monk or a priest or a pastor. We're going to stand here and to tell you you're bad and I'm good. La. We all have to work. If we care about each other, we all have to work. We have to revive the Masjid of Allah. Same faces for years and years. Where are you? How about I give you a simpler example? Did you fulfill your amana today with Fajr? Did you pray Fajr on time? I will not ask you if you prayed Fajr in the Masjid. Did you wake up to pray Fajr before sunrise? Qasri? We're very bad, and then we expect the victory, and we expect to be good. Doesn't work like that. We need to wake up. We need to be responsible. It's a strange idea. Responsible. قولوا قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم فيا جميعا استغفروه استغفر الله. الحمد لله وكفى والصلاة والسلام على عبده الذي اصطفى محمد بن عبد الله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وإخوانه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. We started the khutbah with Umar and we finished it with Ibn Umar. When he was traveling in the desert, Abu Abdul Rahman, Abdullah bin Umar, he passed by Ra'i, a shepherd. And this shepherd is a slave man. And his slave master put him to take care of those goats. فقال له ابن عمر يمتحن testing him. He told him, بعني شاة. Sell me one of those goats. قال الراعي إنما أنا عبد مملوك وهذه الشياه لسيدي. He said, I'm slave and I'm doing my job and these goats aren't mine. فقال له ابن عمر, so Ibn Umar told him, قل للمالك أخذها الذئب. Tell your master the wolf took it. It's natural. And it's the norm that the wolves attack the herd. فقال الرويعي, قال الراعي, أقول للمالك أخذها الذئب فما أقول للملك. I can tell the owner or the master that the wolf took it. What do I say to the king? What do I say to Allah? What we will say to Allah about our negligence. فلما رجع ابن عمر أرسل إليه بمال يعتقه. He sent him money to free himself. قال للرسول, and he told the messenger, tell him, كلمة أعتقتك في الدنيا أسأل الله عز وجل أن يعتقك بها يوم تلقى. He told him, a word, what you said, caused you to be freed in the dunya, because he's buying him up. And I ask Allah Azza wa Jal to free you with it the day you meet him subhanahu wa ta'ala. You got Allah. I have no doubt that each one of us wants the best for this ummah. لكن الدين ليس بالإيمان, ليس بالتمني ولا بالتحدي. الإيمان isn't just words. And success is not just feelings and garment you wear. We have to work. We have to dedicate every free minute we got for Allah. I understand we have to work. And we have to make a living, and we have to spend on ourselves and our children. I understand that. I understand we need to have fun. I understand that. I understand we need a break. Let's be honest. How much Allah gets from the time He gave us. You and your time belongs to Allah. How much you're giving Him back? How much? إلى الله المشتكى. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم أذل الشرك والمشركين. اللهم انصر إخواننا المستضعفين في مشارق الأرض ومغاربها يا رب العالمين. اللهم ردنا إلى ديننا ردا جميلا. اللهم اجعل الحياة زيادة لنا في كل خير. اللهم اجعل الموت راحة لنا من كل شر. اللهم طهر قلوبنا من النجس والحسد. اللهم اجمع كلمتنا يا رب العالمين على ما يرضيك يا الله. اللهم فك أسر المأسورين. اللهم فك أسر المأسورين واقض الدين عن المدينين وفرج كروبنا وهمومنا يا رب العالمين. اللهم أصلح خواتيمنا. اللهم ثبت قلوبنا على دينك يا رب العالمين. اللهم أصلح رجال المسلمين. اللهم أصلح نساء المسلمين. اللهم أصلح أبناء المسلمين وبنات المسلمين. اللهم أصلحنا أجمعين. اللهم اغفر لأحيائنا وأمواتنا يا رب العالمين. اللهم ردنا إلى كتابك وسنة نبيك يا رب العالمين. عباد الله، إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. وأقم الصلاة.